I arrived in Pai the previous evening. The day began on a modest bridge over the river near my guest house. Morning light reflected off slow moving water, setting the tone for what Pai offers best: unhurried time. The town's main strip was already awake. Cafes opening, scooters passing, small storefronts lining the street. There is a gentle rhythm here, one that rewards wandering over planning. Here's the thing about arriving somewhere with zero plans. You either wander aimlessly or you let someone else figure it out. I went with option 2. Found a tour, paid, showed up. Sometimes that's the whole strategy. So I did a bit of waiting outside this Mad Monkey hostel and then our tour got started. Our tour group made its way to Wat Phra That Mayen, perched above the valley. From this elevated vantage point, Pai reveals itself quietly. Beneath the white Buddha statue, visitors pause, some for prayer, others simply for perspective. The itinerary continued with a short forest walk leading to a small waterfall. Immersed in cold water and surrounded by dense greenery, the moment felt unexpectedly intimate. The soundscape narrowed to water, wind, and breath. There's a viewpoint above Pai called Yunlai. The name apparently means the clouds are coming. When I got there, I could see why. The valley below looked soft, layers of green, a thread of river, mist still hanging in the gaps between hills. I walked up, leaned over the railing, and just looked. No grand moment, no revelation, just a valley being a valley, and somehow that being enough. There's something about standing above a place you've been walking through all day. Pai looks different from up here. Wider, quieter, like it's been holding back how big it actually is. You don't realize it when you're down in the streets, but from Yunlai, it all opens up. Further uphill lies Santichon village, a Unani settlement reflecting Pai's layered cultural history. Though heavy rain that afternoon softened the experience into something more subdued. A roadside eatery provided refuge over bowls of cow soy, rich, fragrant, deeply comforting. We watched rain drift across the mountains. It was a pause defined by sound rather than movement. Also, this is the best cow soy I have ever had in my whole entire life. Later, we crossed Boon Ko Kuso Bridge, a bamboo walkway suspended above farmland. On either side is just flat green land, rice fields, wet soil. The air smells clean, that kind of earthy, after rain freshness that you don't get in cities. Near the bridge, there's a spot where you can feed catfish. Just drop a small donation, grab some feed, and watch them swarm. The money doesn't just go to the place though, it helps fund school supplies for underprivileged kids in the area. So you're standing there tossing food at catfish, and somehow you're also doing something that matters. That's the kind of thing that catches you off guard in places like this. The day concluded at Pai Canyon. Pai Canyon is one of those places that looks dramatic in photos but feels even stranger in person. It's basically these narrow ridges of earth carved out over time, dropping off on both sides. You're walking along the top with nothing but a thin path between you and a pretty serious fall. There are no rails, no ropes, no signs telling you to be careful. Just you and the edge. Some people sit on the ridges with their legs dangling off. I wasn't that brave. I just walked, kept my balance, and tried not to think about how narrow the ground under my feet actually was. but the view from up there, it's wide open. We left the canyon with the last of the light still fading behind us. The drive back felt cinematic in a way you can't explain. Day 2 in Pi started the way Pi probably wants every day to start. Slowly. I woke up around 11, walked out onto the balcony and just sat there. The courtyard below was quiet. No rush, no agenda, no notification telling me where to be. I had no plans again. You'd think I'd learned to prepare, but honestly not having a plan in Pi doesn't feel like a problem. It feels like the point. So I did what I did yesterday, found a tour, booked it, and showed up. The half-day tour took us out of Pi and into the hills, and the drive alone was worth it. Winding roads cutting through thick green, the kind of green that feels almost excessive, like the mountains are showing off. Every turn opened up a new view. We stopped at a viewpoint somewhere along the way. I couldn't tell you the name. It was one of those unmarked spots where the road just happens to offer you everything, mountains and silence. You just stand there for a minute and the scale of it recalibrates something in your head. Next, we pulled up to Nam Lod Cave, and the first thing I did was stand at the entrance, reading the signs, trying to figure out what I was about to walk into. Then we started the walk toward the cave mouth. The forest closes in around you, thick, green, loud with insects. I took a few slow pan shots of the surrounding, trying to capture the scale of it. Inside, the humidity hits you immediately. It's warm, heavy, the kind of air that sticks to your skin. You feel it in your lungs before your eyes even adjust to the dark. We navigated through the cave, stepping carefully down steep wooden stairs until we reached the water, where the bamboo rafts were waiting. Our guide lit her kerosene lantern and we boarded. The raft barely fits you, and the moment you push off, you hear them. Bats, not a few, thousands, squealing, darting, filling the ceiling with constant high-pitched chaos. The sound echoes off the walls and surrounds you completely. And yes, they poop on you. That's just part of the deal. Then up ahead, light, a large opening in the rock, getting brighter as we drifted toward it. We got off the raft there and continued on foot for a short hike through the rest of the cave before heading back out. The tour brought us back to Pi Canyon. I'd already been up there the day before, so I didn't go up again. Instead, I wandered around the base, found a nearby hill off to the side, and climbed up for a different angle. No crowd, no narrow ridges, just a quiet spot with a view I wouldn't have found if I'd followed the group. The drive back to Pi felt different this time. The sunset was there but hiding, tucked behind heavy clouds, filtering through in soft grays and a muted orange. A light rain started tapping the windshield. Next morning, I made my way to the central drop-off point in town, the spot where all the vans gather, and that was it. No big farewell, no last look over my shoulder, just a van, a winding road, and Pi slowly disappearing into the mountains behind me.